Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Three, two, one, go! Perfect! Great! Perfect! Perfect! Great! Perfect!
Definitely some stuff I need to fix in this level.
Perfect!
Need to take that ramp out. I think those NPCs are walking out to nothing.
Great! Perfect! Perfect!
Yeah, there's NPCs again.
Perfect!
kind of funny just watching them speed out into nothing. I guess nothing's really blocking their path, so they're just kind of walking.
Game over.
Ask me later. Lower this microphone a little bit so you don't hear me breathing into it the whole time. Now let's go back to Toodle. Turn off these unpublished levels. I think this is, well, first let me see if I can get rid of that ramp. I guess I was trying to have it so you could ramp up. Forget it. We're just gonna get rid of it. What? Tiny ramp. Let me make this a small ramp. Tiny ramp has it's too small in terms of a jump. So I'll grab the tiny ramp. Or sorry, small ramp. So instead of the tiny ramp now, we have a small ramp to jump off of. This one is a big ramp. Duplicate this ruler. My buddy made all these little tools now that we can use to help us gauge distances for jumps. I think they're made for ollie and flip, but I guess they're still useful for Toodle's Toboggan. I think he retweaked some of them. Well, that should be okay where it is. Pull this ramp back actually. Okay. Yeah, there's less coins in this section, but it's mostly about ramps. So, ramp is this. Get rid of this tiny ramp. Put a small ramp next to it instead. Make sure everything is aligned. You can get rid of a bunch of these excess rulers. Okay, so that should fix this section. Turn it off. Okay. Come back to this town section here and let's see if we can find those guys who are just walking out into space. Well, not really. It looks like they're kind of walking across the grass and just leaving the level. That guy's probably fine. He's probably okay. He should just be stuck between those two logs. That is interesting. I never actually did a search like that to see what it would do, but that's kind of neat to graze everything out except the what you're looking at. Maybe they're not in this section. Okay, so he should be okay. Let's move him so he's blocked by the house. Since that guy is moving west, these are definitely the two guys who are walking off. I wonder if I can just start the game here and see if it'll simulate them. I have to move this camera. Yeah, there he is. He is walking away. I guess those houses don't really block him in. I could do something where I put some logs in front of it so that the logs block them. So just move this house out. I don't know, maybe if I do this. Or maybe this guy's already being clipped by that, so we'll try and move them a little further away from these buildings and then test it. Alright, so that guy definitely bounced back. Alright, so he's about to hit this other house here. Yeah, and he's looks like this guy's walking back and forth correctly. Okay, looks like they're both now staying within the bounds. So maybe they were just too close to the collision and they were clipping through and able to walk out. So that might fix that issue. We just need to make sure everything is aligned. Test it now. See if he still clips out. Okay, cool. Looks like they're okay. With that done, we can re-export this level data to my local work. To my resource folder. I don't actually know if you can see any of the file system stuff I'm doing, but let's see. Yeah, I guess you really can't see the file system stuff. It's just that OBS doesn't display it. So with that, we can go back to the main game. Let's save this. Okay. Run it now and see what the level looks like. I like how nice and precarious it is when you start off. It's just like there's just guys walking around you. That's all right. I mean, that's not how it would actually play when you start the game itself. It's just that I only have these 3 level zones to test.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. You got a nice farther jump. Oh, I hit something.
Game over. 3.
I hit something invisible in that town.
1. Go.
Let's find out what it is.
Perfect.
Actually, I kind of like that tiny ramp next to that gigantic shard ramp. It'll let me jump to the tiny ramp onto the shard.
Perfect.
So I don't know, I might switch that back.
Perfect.
Oh, I guess I must have hit the side of the house that time.
Perfect. Great.
Yeah, just hit the side of the house. Okay, cool. So, go back to this. I think it was ramps. No, maybe that's just the way it was. Alright, well, I'll just leave it as it is. I think it's probably okay. Move on and take a look at some of the other stuff. This is a slalom track I made for Ollie and Flip way back when, like around March or February. I don't know if it'll translate into a good Toodle's Toboggan type level, just because Toodle's Toboggan tends to be more of a casual type game, and this one kind of required you to do a lot of a lot of jumping, as you can see. Well, maybe we can make it simpler. So instead of having 2 flags per thing, we can alternate and just have 1. Since you're landing there, we'll make it do 2. What we can do now is take these. I might get rid of these coins right now. Because I think what you're going to need to do, or what would make this work, is to use that tiny ramp. Right, we're going to kill these coins. And we'll get some tiny ramps in here. Duplicate this tiny ramp, and basically for every plateau we're going to want to include a tiny ramp so you can, the idea is that you would never really have to try and jump. I mean, I guess we could have a version of this as an ultra hard level. Maybe I should have saved the version. I can do that. I can just duplicate this real quick. Let me just hide it for now. So to make it, basically make the easy version, So I just add ramps to all of these. I don't think you'll need a ramp since this looks like it's stepping down. And that should be basically just you falling off a ledge. I mean, you're free to jump. Well, I don't need this. Let's see, so if you want to pick up the points, you're going to have to go around these flags. Let's see, so you have a blue and then you have a red. Let's make it slightly more difficult where you've got to go like this. Move these flags back. So now you have to weave around the blue, the red, the blue, which puts you way further to one side, forcing you to kind of have to sharply swerve if you want to hit that ramp. Otherwise, you're probably toast. I mean, I guess you could jump. Move this forward a little bit. I could put this here so when you land, I guess that'd be really mean if I did this. You have to land all the way on this edge and then come around. That would definitely make it difficult. Maybe I'll put it here so it's still kind of in the middle, but you definitely have to land on one side of it. That could be the challenge here, I guess. We could do that. So that way you're forced to land closer to this side, come around, jump off this ramp, land closer to the left side on this plateau. It might be too much to ask you to try and like really quickly get over. Unless I give you more runway here. So now you would have to go more to the right to get to this red flag and then immediately get on this ramp. Hop up to the next section. We could keep that one where it is. So you have to land and guide your way over there. And at this point, I think basically you just start basically not even like hopping off the edge, but you would just go off the edge onto the get the red flag. We can actually get more flags on these sections since they in theory might be easier. So we can have 2 flags here. So that'd be easy. Kind of be in a straight line. You can get those 2 flags. Might be fun if it's more difficult this time. Get the blue, and then you gotta swing over and get the red. And switch these, so you have to actually weave around them. Then you get that last red one. Is there any more? Clipping. Oh, there's a blue one down there. Could add some more flags here. So once you are on the right of these 2 red flags, you need to get on the left of this one. Add a red one there, so now you've got to get around that to get the points. and then skate right through to the finish line, or the slalom finish line. So maybe that might be fun. Let's align all the objects. There are 10 coins. Make a new game object in here. Create an empty. We'll call this November 8th. And we'll drop these 3 guys in here. We should probably give these better names since they're going to be a segment inside of our larger infinite runner. We'll move this guy up so I can first save this, and then we'll test it and see if it's even playable at least. So I just export this guy. Alright, so put that in my resource folder. We'll switch back to the game.
Three, two, one, go.
Alright, here we go. Let's try it.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Definitely a lot easier with the keyboard. Okay, I just got that flag. It's definitely tricky, that's for sure.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Ah, I missed it. It's definitely playable. Oh, I missed that flag.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
I wonder if I need to move that red flag at the end a little bit over to make it more, a little bit easier to get.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
I can still get it. You can actually jump up onto those platforms too. I should maybe put something
Game
up.
over.
Didn't seem too bad.
3,
Let's try it
2,
again.
1, go. Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Maybe I'll keep those 2 flags the way they are at the end. That way you gotta kind of reach for them.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
I think 1 flag for those jumps going up is probably gonna be okay. Yeah, I got it perfect. Slalom.
Perfect.
Maybe we need a secondary challenge, like being able to collect all the coins.
Perfect. Perfect.
Or just the coins that are like kind of out of reach. Make it a little bit more exciting, I suppose.
Great. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
tree.
Perfect. 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 Great. Perfect. Perfect.
I mean, obviously, they put the coins on the quote-unquote optimal path, so let's do that. It is kind of barren without any kind of coins to collect. And I kind of wonder if we should put some trees and stuff. I mean, we should at least get some more variety in here. Let's get some rocks. Where's that tiny rock? Oh, there's the tooth. We could stick these things in here. Maybe make it so you have to go between the rock and the flag. And maybe get the big coin. So when you let's see, want to align these objects. See, now you got to go between the rock and the flag. You get the coin. So that's the optimal path with a little bit of danger. Definitely add more rocks and stuff. Make it a little more exciting. Jump onto the next. Now this flag would definitely have to be moved over. You can also move this ramp over too. So that is kind of saying you have like basically one grid space of room. If just leave that there. Maybe we'll have these, oh, we can have these rocks here as kind of like a gate. That could be fun. Yeah, I kind of like that. That might obscure your view. It's already difficult enough. pop open the grid. Raise it up. Can we add more coins to this guy? Maybe there's 5 coins there. When you land, you can try and pick them up. I need more grid here. To be honest, adjusting the Y value doesn't really matter. Our engine kind of looks at these as just 2-dimensional, and it does like a ray cast to find where it should touch the ground. How many coins are there now? It's only 31 coins. We have like a budget of that. Should probably be on the other side. I'll just stick it up here. Well, this whole thing needs to be on the other side. We have a budget of 50 coins per level, which is how we designed the game. So you jump over that. How many coins do we have now? Align them. We have 10 more coins. We need. Maybe I could just drop 2 orange coins, and that would solve my coin problem. Or, you know, it doesn't need to be 50 coins. Oh, we could do this. Get a orange coin. You can see our level out is really complicated. Stick this coin out here, so you have to at least, once you pass this red flag, you have to go way to the well, to the left from when you're viewing it in the game. Or sorry, you pass this blue and go way left to pick that up, and now you're forced to go way right. So you could skip that coin and stay tight to the optimal path. And I guess the last one, I just give it to you. You just have it. Unless I want to do something else wacky. There's still these like just random coins here. You know, if you can jump on this, I mean, it doesn't actually hurt. What we could do is this. Instead of having this guy here, make him a little more of a challenge to pick up. I mean, this being a casual game, you're not really expected to jump. But if you wanted to, we could stick a couple coins up here for you to grab. That makes me want to actually remove some of these coins. I mean, they're a little, I mean, they're hitting the edge a little bit, so we can two. So now I have 3 coins, 4 coins available. That's probably good. I'm gonna just copy this guy, drag him all the way back. I mean, technically, you would still be hitting that start slalom gate, so that should be okay. But you would be on the hill, you would be hitting it on the hill. I think you have 4. And now if I check, yep, I got 50. So so that means that as you approach this slalom, you could veer over, you can jump on that hill, you could grab those coins, jump over the tree. You would still be on the correct side of that red flag. And then now you would start weaving through the red and blue flags. As long as you avoid all these obstacles and stay on the optimal path, you can get past these hills. Then as you start, as you hit the highest point here, you basically just start, you'd have to continue to weave through these flags as you drop down from plateau to plateau, and the last challenge would be to get this coin, which would be slightly out of the way, and then the last one I just give it to you. So save it. And so we'll export the level and go back to main. And from there, we'll run the game and see how it plays. Go.
3, 2, 1.
Obviously, I'm not going to get those coins if I just start at the top of the slalom, but we can on the second.
Perfect. Perfect.
Nice. That made that definitely a lot harder.
Game over.
Let's see if it's a lot harder or just a lot more annoying.
2, 1, go.
Still feels kind of barren up here.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
I think you just saw a wacky glitch that we have with those plateaus. Alright, so I couldn't get that. Now I can try and get these coins, jump over that tree, and yeah, I'm totally gonna miss that blue flag.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
I wonder if you get that blue flag. Can't get that blue flag. There.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, I mean, it's not... I'm playing on a keyboard right now. You play on a mobile device. Yeah, still didn't get that one. Yeah, so that blue flag would need to get moved down a little bit to make that work.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
I'm dead. Alright, so we can go back here and let's try to move that blue flag down. Maybe you'll move that one coin at the bottom. This coin. Maybe move on a little bit closer. I mean, it's hard enough to try and reach him and then get the blue flag, or sorry, the red flag, or whatever it is. Seemed like this one, it's like, if I did that, you would be able to jump up there, grab those coins, and still try and catch that flag. Quickly weave around those, and hopefully you try and get like a perfect slalom and also get all the coins. So let's export again. Okay. Back to the game.
Three, two, one, go. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Alright, well I was definitely able to get a perfect slalom and I grabbed all those coins. You're able to escape by those flags.
Perfect. Perfect.
Does mean...
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean if this is mixed in with the rest of our infinite runner. I missed it. Almost. I mean, if this is mixed in with the rest of our infinite runner, you know, as you come into it, you're gonna be able to, you know, hopefully see those coins, and it'll give you a little bit of a runway to pick them up. So there we go. I think I got all the coins, and I got a perfect. So we just die on the glacier here. So maybe that'll be, and maybe that works. I mean, the idea is tomorrow or Thursday we'll try and launch this batch of levels. Call it. Call it something like that. We should call these levels something too. Let's hide this guy. Intro. We'll call it medium. Let's see. Town. Medium town. Maybe we'll just call them what they are. Medium carving. Actually, it feels more like an easy, but since it has coins, it has the weird dual path thing too. Medium town town carving. And we have the last one with ramps. also just call this like medium town ramps. So now we have these 4, which are, I think, mostly ready to go. I'm definitely going to want to get them on device before I publish them to our backend, so you'll be able to pick them up sometime, maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. I'm not totally sure right now. I mean, tonight it's going to be a late night watching the news and all that. Let's look at these. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with this thing. Like, it looks like it was originally made to be really easy, that you just skate through this and get a bunch of coins. Yeah, like this one too. It's just like you would skate through. Plus you have this weird... I mean, this X is where you start, and it's got this weird split in the middle. Yeah, there's just different paths to get tons of coins. And since we use coins as a currency, I don't really know if we want to just have a thing that lets you get a crap load of coins. And there's like 134 coins here. These were just some things I procedurally generated. They don't actually have anything on top of them right now. I could very quickly show you this procedural thing if it works. I created this procedural tool to basically just dump, at least at the moment, trees and coins on top of terrain chunks like this. So I have this thing called number of traversable grids to visualize. You can see it doesn't actually visualize anything yet. But here, let me raise the height of the grid. We'll hide that visible grid, and now we'll calculate these terrain details. So if I do calc terrain detail, if I remember how it works correctly, it'll take a moment. I have no idea if this will still work or not. Does it still work? Actually, I have no idea. Oh, there. Yeah, of course it still works. So I just have to click on the display traversable grid. So what this does is, for every single grid cell, all of these grid cells here, it basically raycasts down to test, is it a piece of ground or is it nothing? So if the raycast hits below 0, it'll count as nothing. If it hits it, then it'll count it as part of a traversable territory. And I go a step further and detect where the edges are. So those are the blue segments there. You can see like bits and pieces of it. And then you have this thing I call it's kind of like a heat map, I guess, where it's like it shows you the optimal path, which would be the red area, and then as it goes towards the edge, it becomes more yellow, and it's basically taking just like a normalized value. Unfortunately, it's only visualized as this like line grid, which I haven't done anything to make it to create like a solid quad. Everything is just drawn with like GL lines. But if I do something like this, you can see the actual heat map a little bit better, even though it's skewed in perspective. So what I can do with this heat map now is that I know the quote-unquote optimal path, and I know the edges, and I know kind of like a normalized value how far or close away you are from the optimal path. I can try and procedurally generate stuff on top of it, and I have this button here that if I click it will give me something, and there, so it dumped a lot of coins. Object density. So what's the object density is like 0.4. So if I procedure generate, I can clear the stage. Then I just immediately remove all the coins that dumped there, and procedure generate. And now look at that. I got a whole ton of trees now. It's not perfect. It still dumps stuff out here in the middle of nowhere. But you can see that it follows the terrain. It's clever. It's almost clever enough. Like there's some places where it's still off the edge here. But if we don't like it, we can clear it, and we can keep just generating until we get something we like. I mean, right now it's basically just, let's get rid of this. It's basically just using these trees. So it's not like terribly exciting in what it can actually generate. But the idea was to create something so you didn't just start with a blank canvas. Could change the density. I mean, it would be a good way just to have something to start out with that I can start putting things on top of to make it more interesting. I can go in here and rip out coins I don't like, but there's a bit of work that needs to get done. So these coins should mark kind of like your optimal path through it. It's like wherever it was the most red in that grid. But this is obviously not meant to be something that would procedure generate on the client. It's just a tool for me to go in here and get 80% of a zone done, so that it would be able to speed up my workflow. Plus, I'm an engineer, so it was fun to write. There's some work to be done. Like these things, I think should somehow be prefabs and not these broken instances, because as these broken instances, selecting them is kind of a pain in the butt. And also there's some other tools and things that I need to consider, such as an actual brush that I can just paint objects. I kind of have something like that working, but it's still buggy. And anyway, those are some things. Maybe in future sessions where in future of these live streaming sessions, I can work on some of that code. I don't know how entertaining that will be, since it'll mostly be me debugging these things I wrote, and it could be really boring. Anyway, let's wipe this level out. It's just a bunch of junk. Anyway, it's 6:17. I think I'm just gonna end the stream right now, and get ready for the evening. So anyway, if you watched, I hope you enjoyed it. Even though I was just making just one quick slalom level, I intend to try and do more, and I'll try and get more of a schedule up. I'm starting out streaming, so I'm no expert at this. You know, what I picked up, I learned from watching other Twitch streams and going onto YouTube and learning about OBS. So we'll try to get a more regular schedule, and you know, maybe I'll do some more coding and so on. So I think I'll just end it here. Thanks for watching.